Hello and welcome to episode 30 of Coinshow. Today I'll show you some coins from Germany dating back to the 30s and 40s of the last century. I have added to the coins a few items that correlate with the time frame that the coins come from. First of all, there is a pistol, a Walther PPK, which was manufactured in the late 1930s. Secondly, there is a Boker Tirpitz Damast knife, and this knife is modern. It's a collector's knife from Boker, and then there are some original photographs that correlate to the Tirpitz Damast knife. Let me first show you the firearm. This is a Walther PPK, and the PPK was developed by Carl Walther in the early 1930s in Zella Mehlis, and the PPK was derived from the somewhat larger PP. PP stands for Polizeipistole or police pistol, and PPK stands for Polizeipistole Kriminal or police pistol for detectives, I guess. That's how one should translate it. The PPK is a very well known model that was produced a very long time. It's also still produced today. This is one of the old German, or the original old German one, which was produced in Zella Mehlis. As you might be able to see from the engraving. And the PPK was adopted by a number of German agencies, for instance the customs service, they had PPKs, or by the police. During the war, a fair number of German officers, they liked to carry PPKs. This one is in very good shape. This particular one here was produced for the civilian market, and it was probably imported during the 30s or 40s into Switzerland from Germany. I have the original box together with the pistol, and with the original manual. These old style manuals from back of the time, they are almost like a piece of art, if you ask me. They're really well illustrated and very well, they describe very well the function of the pistol. I also have the original accessories, oil and some cloth to clean the pistol. This container here must have been added later because it's actually French. So now let's move on to the knife. Next item on display here is this Boker Tirpitz Damast. It's a collectible knife from Boker. And why is this knife here? It's here because of its steel. And the steel relates to a German battleship, the Tirpitz. The Tirpitz was actually the largest German battleship during World War II. And the Tirpitz was stationed in 1944 in Norway in a fjord. And that's where this picture was taken. I have several more pictures that show the Tirpitz during cruise or during an exercise firing. I'm not sure if these pictures are originals. I mean, they were taken during the war, but I'm not sure if they are originals. At least I would say some of them pretend to be original. So the Tirpitz was sunk by Allied forces in this fjord in Trondheim, and I think back in the 90s Norwegian divers salvaged some of the steel of the armor of the Tirpitz, and Boker then used this steel to forge the blades of the Tirpitz Damast. This is the original coat of arm of the Tirpitz on a walnut inlay. The handles are aluminum, and the damast is a 300 layer, I think it's called rosen damast. Now to the coins. I have laid out a selection of coins from the 30s and 40s of the last century, and the denominations are 5 Reichsmark, these two here. Then there are two smaller coins, a 2 Reichsmark and a 1 Reichsmark, and these are the smaller, the very small denominations like 1 Reichspfennig, 5 Reichspfennig, 1 Reichspfennig from different times, and that's why they have different designs. These are actually two 10 Reichspfennig, and they look so different because their design goes back to the Weimar Republic. They can already be found during the Weimar Republic with this design, but they were still used and minted during the 30s. These are 35. The 5 Reichsmark and the 2 Reichsmark were always silver. These are silver coins, and from 1 Reichsmark below they are not silver. The 1 Reichsmark coins were zinc, and that's why these 1 Reichsmark coins were taken out of circulation just before the war, because the zinc was needed for the war. Let's first have a look what the coins show. This is Paul von Hindenburg on a 5 Reichsmark piece. Paul von Hindenburg was born in 1847 and he died in 1834. He was a field marshal, a high-ranking military during World War I, and he was the president of the Weimar Republic, and also later during the Third Reich he was Reichspräsident. Of course you see the typical insignia. Then there is another 5 Reichsmark coin showing the Gedächtniskirche, a remembrance church in Berlin. This church was built in 1891 to 1895. It was built to remember Emperor Wilhelm I, who was the first emperor of the First German Reich. On the back there is the imperial eagle, like on most of these coins. It occurs with variations. This is of course with the swastika. Also on the 2 Reichsmark coin, Gedächtniskirche. And the eagle. Just show you the coins to give you an impression. And this was it for today. Hope you liked the combination of items from the 1930-40 time frame with a little bit of historical background. Thanks for watching Coinshow, and bye.